Hello and welcome. I'm Rashan Gidwani and you're watching The Newsroom. Let's take a look at some of the headlines for this hour. The president arrives in China while rejecting help with the ongoing war effort. He maintains an independent stance on Middle East strategy during the diplomatic visit. President Trump and Xi Jinping discuss slashing tariffs on $30 billion worth of global imports. The proposal aims to stabilize economies through a new managed trade agreement. Jensen Huang accompanies the president to negotiate new pathways for chip trade. The tech giant seeks to secure market access amid intense semiconductor rivalry. Global crude prices decline as traders weigh the potential for an Iran ceasefire. Market volatility persists while investors track the outcome of the high-stakes U.S.-China summit. Sources reveal Saudi Arabia conducts hidden strikes as the regional conflict expands. These secret operations mark a significant escalation in the widening West Asia crisis. Chinese supertanker navigates the volatile Strait of Hormuz, according to recent tracking data. The vessel tests maritime security limits amid ongoing regional hostilities. The Prime Minister commits to his agenda before a major ceremony in Parliament. He prioritizes legislative progress despite growing pressures on the current administration. The social media giant plans to cut hundreds of jobs as the tech industry downturn continues. This move marks the latest round of significant staff reductions for the professional networking platform. And here are the top stories for this hour. New reports say that Israel's top intelligence chiefs have secretly visited the United Arab Emirates during the war with Iran. Mossad chief David Barnea reportedly traveled to Abu Dhabi at least twice in March and April, while Shin Bet chief David Zinni also visited in recent weeks. The meetings, not officially disclosed, were said to focus on coordination between Israel and the UAE on intelligence sharing, defensive and offensive operations, and target selection against Tehran. The visits come amid heightened regional tensions, with Iran striking Gulf states, including the UAE and Saudi Arabia, while Israel deployed an Iron Dome battery to protect its ally. These developments highlight deepening security cooperation under the Abraham Accords, as both countries work together to respond to Iran's missile and drone attacks that have disrupted the region and global trade. And now joining us live to tell us more is Asuma Kataoka, correspondent from NewsX World. Ms. Kataoka, what more can you tell us about this latest development, please?
Yes, as you rightfully highlighted, we are hearing reports by mostly Israeli media saying that two of their agents have visited UAE, including twice, including during the war, while UAE and Iran were both while Iran was attacking UAE and while the hostilities continue. And as these reports show, these heads of Israel's two main intelligence agencies separately visited the UAE in recent months, including during the war with Iran. Now, these reported visits are the latest reported signs of increased cooperation between UAE and Israel, and including the coordinated attacks on Iran, intelligence sharing, detection, interception of Iranian missiles and drones, and selecting Iranian targets. However, UAE officials have not confirmed these. Also, according to Israeli media, Mossad chief David Barnea visited the UAE at least twice during the war with Iran for meetings with top Emirati officials, and the heads of Israel's two main intelligence agencies separately visited UAE Now, the reported visits are the latest reported signs of increased cooperation between two countries, like I highlighted, and now the meetings which were not officially disclosed by either Israel or the UAE, like I rightfully highlighted earlier, that these meetings have not been confirmed by Israel or UAE, neither side, but media reports are suggesting that this meeting did take place. Now, where the purpose of coordination between Jerusalem and Abu Dhabi about the war, according to the media reports. The meeting took place in March and April, and the sources have told the journal. And Bernia, the Israeli official, secretly traveled to the Gulf state at least twice, and the Prime Minister's office and the UAE's foreign ministry did not respond to any of media for the report comments to this report. Now, David Zini, the head of the Shin Bet, Israel's domestic security and intelligence service, also visited UAE in recent weeks. And the meeting, like Bernia's, was to increase coordination between Israel's intelligence agencies and the UAE's intelligence and security services. Now, the heads of Israel's two main intelligence agencies separately visited UAE in recent months, and the reported visits are indeed the latest reported signs of increased cooperation between these two countries. Now, the meetings which were not officially disclosed by either Israel or UAE were for the purpose of coordination between Jerusalem and Abu Dhabi about the war, and Prime Minister's office and UAE both have not commented about this yet.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us, Ms. Kataoka. We'll join you right shortly, very soon, once again. Now, next up, Iran's foreign ministry has said that the upcoming meeting between U.S. President Trump and Chinese President Xi in China is not an issue for Tehran. It stressed that the summit does not affect Iran's policies or ongoing strategic plans. The comments come as Trump lands in Beijing for high-level talks focusing on security, economy, and global diplomacy. Iran reiterated that it will continue its foreign policy independently while monitoring international developments. This comes amid global concern over the Ukraine war and tensions in the Middle East. Now joining us live once again to tell us more is Asuma Kataoka, correspondent from NewsX World. Ms. Kataoka, what more can you tell us about this story?
Yes, as we know that right now Chinese president is hosting U.S. President Donald Trump in China. This is a 3-day visit, an official visit, and it starts now that President Trump has already landed in China, Beijing. However, he was not received by President Xi, as they said that it was past midnight, very late in Beijing. So tomorrow we will be seeing more visuals coming in as their official summit, and all of the meetings that's supposed to take place will start from tomorrow. One thing high on the agenda, like Mr. Kidwan, you also highlighted, is Iran war, that this has disrupted, of course, the intake of oil by China, which relies heavily on the Strait of Hormuz, and it has been disrupted because of US and Israel's war with Iran. Now, they started attacking Iran back in February, while U.S. President Trump has said that he does not need China's assistance in ending the war in Iran when he departed Washington for Beijing. And yesterday he said this, that I don't think we need any help with Iran, as Trump's 3-day visit to Beijing comes at a fraught time. His approval ratings have been dragged down by protracted war with Iran and, of course, the surge in inflation. Now, the war has closed Strait of Hormuz, through which roughly a fifth of the world's oil supply previously flowed, and it is disrupted. Now, Trump has offered conflicting signals on how central Iran would be on his discussions with Xi. Earlier, he did say that we're going to have a long talk about it, but then when he was leaving or as he was departing Washington, he suggested that Iran, we are going to talk about a lot of things, but I wouldn't say Iran is one of them. So he has changed his stance a couple times, so we don't know exactly what is high on their agenda, but a lot of analysts who of course join us on NewsX World also say that Iran will be one thing that would be discussed during this high-level summit that we'll be tracking on this channel as well.
Right.
Now he has already arrived there and will be eyeing this.
Right. Thank you very much, Ms. Kataoka. Please stay with us. We'll be right back with you. Next up, Iranian authorities say roughly 80% of war-damaged sites in Tehran have now been repaired. According to the deputy governor of the capital, Sayed Kamaluddin Mirjafarian, more than 60,000 residential and commercial units were hit during the ongoing U.S.-Israel conflict, which began on February 28th. The conflict has caused an estimated $270 billion in direct and indirect damage, affecting key infrastructure across the city. Bridges, ports, railway networks, universities, research centers, power plants, and water desalination facilities were all damaged, while hospitals, schools, and thousands of civilian homes were also hit or destroyed. Authorities say restoration efforts are ongoing, with a focus on rebuilding essential services and critical infrastructure, as Tehran works to recover from the widespread destruction caused by months of conflict. And now joining us live to tell us more is Ms. Kataoka for another story as we continue now on Ukraine. Of course, Ms. Next up, Ukraine has signed a new drone cooperation deal with Lithuania in a move aimed at strengthening regional security and countering modern military threats. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has confirmed the agreement following talks with his Lithuanian counterpart in Bucharest, saying that Ukrainian military experts will work in Lithuania to help develop defense capabilities and improve security coordination across the region. Meanwhile, Ukraine is also preparing to send experts to Latvia and other Baltic states to help bolster air defense and airspace monitoring, following a series of incidents involving drones in the region. Reports suggest that some Ukrainian drones may have entered Baltic airspace in Finland during operations targeting Russian energy infrastructure, possibly due to electronic jamming. Estonian officials have raised concerns over these incidents, with the defense minister calling for clarity on how such breaches occur, while also stressing the need for better control of drone operations. And now joining us live to tell us more is Asuma Kataoka, correspondent for NewsX World. Ms. Kataoka, what more can you tell us about this?
Like you rightfully highlighted, Lithuania is becoming one of the customers for war-tested weapons of Ukraine. Now, Ukraine is, of course, gaining momentum as a key player for defense among a lot of countries in the world, including, of course, the European countries in Europe. Now, we know that Ukraine and Lithuania have struck a significant agreement, sealing a deal on the development of drones. And this was announced by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Now, this collaboration entails a Ukrainian military expert team operating in Lithuania to establish necessary security measures aimed at countering modern threats. This initiative seeks to bolster the safety and security of both nations and the broader region. Following discussions with the Lithuanian president in Bucharest, President Zelensky emphasized the importance of mutual cooperation. He stated that the challenges we face are shared. We must overcome them together. Like I said earlier, that Ukraine is gaining momentum and attention, as well as a lot of state customers who are interested in buying and sharing intelligence with Ukraine's war-tested weapons. Now, we saw this week that nearly 20 countries who are interested in drone deals with Ukraine, and 4 agreements have already been signed, and now Lithuania and Ukraine's latest pact is the 5th. Now, since the outbreak of the Iran war in February, Zelensky has managed to leverage Ukraine's expertise in drone warfare into a series of successful diplomatic deals during the visits to the Middle East and Europe. Nearly 20 countries are currently involved at various stages, and 5 agreements have already been signed. In April, Ukraine signed defense and drone deals with Germany, Norway, and Netherlands, and following long-term security partnerships with countries in the Middle East like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates as well. Now, Lithuania is the latest in signing this deal. They joined Germany, Norway, Netherlands, and Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and UAE. Now, Ukraine has also signed agreements last month with Azerbaijan as well on defense and energy. And now Ukraine has already started to receive the necessary volume of fuel because of these agreements. And however, Zelensky has not disclosed from which countries has he started getting the necessary fuels that are needed to make or start the drone production for these countries that have signed these signatories. Now, Zelensky hopes this drone diplomacy can help secure energy supply deals with Middle Eastern states further, as well as markets for Ukraine's agricultural produce. We will be eyeing this more as Ukrainian president aggressively markets his war-tested drone weapons across the globe.
Right. Thank you very much, Ms. Kataoka, for joining us. That's all for you for now. Thank you. Next up, hantavirus tests carried out in Italy have returned negative, according to the country's health minister. Authorities confirmed that no cases have been detected and that the tests were conducted as a precautionary measure to protect public health. Health officials said monitoring will continue to ensure that any potential risks are identified early. The announcement aims to reassure the public and prevent unnecessary panic. Residents are advised to remain vigilant, follow standard hygiene practices, and report any unusual illnesses, but officials emphasize there is no current threat to community health. The minister also reiterated that the country's health system is prepared to respond if situations change. Next up, in a historic first for Dollywood, the Gujarati film Lalo Krishna Sada Sahayate is debuting at the Cannes market. Directed by Ankit Sakia, this spiritual epic brings the story of Lord Krishna to the world's biggest film platform. As regional cinema takes center stage at the 79th festival, Lalo marks a massive leap for Gujarati storytelling on the global map. Listen in.
Gujarati cinema is set for a landmark global moment as Lalo Krishna Sada Sahayate heads to the Cannes market screening at the 79th edition of the Cannes Film Festival in France. Directed by Ankit Sakia, the Gujarati film will be showcased at one of the world's most influential platforms for film promotion and international distribution. The makers say the project blends faith, culture and cinematic storytelling with strong symbolic references to Lord Krishna, a major Hindu deity. The announcement has generated strong excitement within Gujarati cinema circles as regional Indian films continue to gain recognition on global stages. The film's promotional material describes it as the most divine blockbuster Gujarati film ever. The poster features a silhouette with a peacock feather reinforcing its spiritual theme. This year's Cannes edition is also expected to see a significant Indian presence across screenings, jury roles and market events. For Gujarati cinema, this marks a rare and important moment of international visibility. Bureau Report, NewsX World.
The 79th Cannes Film Festival is attracting a massive wave of global talent to the French Riviera. While Alia Bhatt and Aishwarya Rai Bachchan lead the Indian delegation, Hollywood icons like Demi Moore and Stellan Skarsgård are already making waves as part of the main jury. They are joined by international stars including Ruth Negga and Isaac D. Bankole with the red carpet in full swing. The festival remains the ultimate intersection of global cinema and high fashion. Listen in.
The French Riviera is once again turning into the centre of global glamour as the Cannes Film Festival 2026 kicks off. The red carpet of the 79th edition of the Cannes Film Festival is expected to see some of the biggest names in global entertainment over the next 2 weeks. Among the headline names this year is Scarlett Johansson, who returns to Cannes in Paper Tiger alongside Adam Driver, adding further prestige to one of the festival's most anticipated films. The event will also mark a notable comeback for John Travolta, who is set to present his directorial debut, Vol de Nuit pour Los Angeles, in the Cannes Premiere section, introducing a new chapter in his long film career. The 2026 edition will also welcome a strong lineup of international talent, with appearances expected from stars such as Cate Blanchett and Tilda Swinton. Oscar-winning actress Demi Moore is already one of the biggest talking points this year as part of the festival jury, while acclaimed filmmaker Chloe Zhao and Korean director Park Chan-wook are also expected to draw major attention as well. The festival is also likely to witness one of its strongest Indian turnouts in recent years. Alia Bhatt is already turning heads with her blush-toned gown by Tamara Rolfe. Additionally, Cannes icon Aishwarya Rai Bachchan is expected to return with another major red carpet appearance. Filmmaker Karan Johar, designer Manish Malhotra, actors Aditi Rao Haidari, Tara Satira, Jacqueline Fernandez and Mooney Roy are among other Indian celebrities expected at the festival. Actor-singer Ami Virk too will make a key moment with his debut. Filmmaker Ashutosh Gawarikar will also be part of the festival as a member of India's official delegation. He will represent the country in his role as the director of the International Film Festival of India. Beyond film stars, Cannes 2026 is increasingly becoming a hotspot for beauty queens. Mrs. Universe Sherry Singh is gearing up for her debut appearance. Sherry is expected to collaborate with renowned designers while showcasing contemporary Indian fashion on an international stage. Fashion undoubtedly will remain one of the biggest attractions this year. Luxury labels including Chanel, Dior, Louis Vuitton and Gucci are hosting private parties, launches and after events alongside the screenings. International supermodels and fashion personalities like Bella Hadid and Naomi Campbell are also expected to make appearances during the festival weeks. From cinema legends and fashion royalty to influencers and beauty queens, Cannes 2026 is once again proving why it remains the world's most watched red carpet event. Bureau Report, NewsX World.
The 79th Cannes Film Festival is buzzing with high-stakes premieres. James Gray's crime drama, Paper Tiger, starring Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson, is among the most buzzed-about titles. Other heavy hitters include Almodovar's Bitter Christmas and Na Hong-jin's sci-fi thriller, Hope. With Park Chan-wook leading the jury, the race for the Palme d'Or is officially on. Take a look.
The Cannes Film Festival is back, and before the awards and the standing ovations, film critics are already picking out the titles they believe could dominate the quasset. Film critic Amy Nicholson and film editor Joshua Rothkopf have discussed the likeliest awards, contenders, and more in their Cannes preview. First up, they've recommended Fjord, a psychological family drama from acclaimed filmmaker Christian Mungiu. They have positioned it as a possible Palme d'Or contender, pointing to its restrained direction and emotional precision. Another major title, Hope, a sci-fi horror thriller from Korean director Na Hong-jin, has been featured on their recommended list for its scale, ambition, and genre-blending energy. Then there's Victorian Psycho, a gothic horror film that's generating strong early attention for its stylized darkness and unsettling tone, the kind of provocative genre entry Cannes often latches onto. Also on Nicholson Rothkopf's list is Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma, Jane Squanburn's provocatively titled queer horror satire. They are calling it one of the most experimental films in the lineup, noted for pushing narrative form as much as content. Meanwhile, film critics Rachel Handler and Alison Wilmore at Vulture have highlighted Bitter Christmas, Pedro Almodovar's return to Cannes. They are already calling it classic Almodovar, emotionally charged, visually rich, and deeply personal in tone. Another major title is The Man I Love, a musical drama from Ira Sachs set in 1980s New York, with Handler and Wilmore pointing to its nostalgic mood and emotional storytelling. Then there's All of a Sudden from Ryusuke Hamaguchi, whose Drive My Car made global waves. Critics are calling this his most anticipated return yet, a quite emotional heavyweight. Also on the Vulture's list is Clarissa, a Nigerian art house adaptation of Mrs. Dalloway, which critics describe as elegant, literally, and quietly powerful. Finishing Vulture's picks is Paper Tiger, James Gray's gritty crime drama starring Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson, already being flagged as a major awards season player. Jacqueline Coley at Rotten Tomatoes has also highlighted Cannes standouts. Parallel stories, an ambitious multi-threaded drama drawing attention for its scale and emotional reach. Then there's Sheep in the Box from Hirokazu Koreeda, blending family drama with subtle sci-fi ideas in a way critics are calling quietly devastating. Also making the list is Colony Yeon Sang-ho's infection thriller, with early buzz pointing to high tension and strong genre execution. What is clear is that Cannes this year isn't just about films, it's about the loudest early signals of what could define cinema for the rest of the year. We report NewsX World.